The government, as part of efforts to address the ongoing economic hardship, introduced the debt exchange program to invite bondholders to voluntarily exchange 137 billion domestic notes and bonds for a package of new bonds. But over the period, we've had many of these bondholders turning down the invite. Addressing the media on Monday, the minority urged the government to suspend the debt exchange program and thoroughly engage these stakeholders before any further action.
We in the NDC, the minority group, calls on President Nana Addo Dankwa to immediately suspend the ongoing debt exchange program. It is already failing and promises to be a failure. He should suspend the initiative and engage in deeper consultation and allow for greater transparency in the initiation, adoption, and acceptance of whatever remedies we collectively may agree to in order to save Ghana's economy.
The minority bemoans that the debt exchange program would worsen the plight of the already distressed financial institutions in the country because most of these banks have over 60 billion Ghana cedis in government bonds, and they are going to be denied the profitability of these bonds.
The debt exchange program is a risk, major risk, to financial institutions and to insurance companies, and now extended to individual bondholders. Our banks and other financial institutions are still reeling after the infamous financial sector bailout. The debt exchange program will further exacerbate the already perilous financial sector that we have in Ghana. They offer employment, they provide support to the private sector, and they provide support to businesses. This is at risk.
Although Parliament is on recess, the Public Accounts Committee had a meeting on Monday to examine the Auditor General's report of some state institutions, and on Monday, the Bank of Ghana appeared before the committee. The governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, said its institution cannot be able to fix the exchange rate because the day-to-day pressures on the economy contributes a lot to the cedi depreciating against the dollar.
The central bank cannot fix the exchange rate. It depends on what transactions have taken place that week. Maybe there have been payments to contractors. Those are heavy payments. Typically, that type of payments can move the exchange rate because some of them immediately convert that into foreign exchange. It could be payments for energy. For the energy sector, a lot of the energy sector payments are also, outflows, the impact on the foreign exchange market. So the exchange rate really reflects a lot of day-to-day pressures in the economy.
The Director of Financial Markets at the Bank of Ghana, Stephen Opata, indicated that the bank actually have enough gold reserves to be able to sustain the gold for oil policy.
We have seen, based upon even production numbers for last year, gold has picked up a lot, and we believe that we can buy enough gold to sustain the program. I must say that currently the numbers we are looking at is about 160,000 ounces per month, and that will represent about 50 to 60% of the consumption of the country. And according to what PMMC indicates that they can do, I think we have volumes to support the program, at least for the 50 to 60% of our production.
The Controller and Accountant General's Department also appeared before the Public Accounts Committee, and the chairman of the committee, James Kluche Aveji, was worried that there was no COVID-related expenditure by the Controller and Accountant General's Department.
Under other expenditure, COVID-related expenditure, and the budget is 11.162 billion. 11.162 billion. That is what has been budgeted for COVID in 2020. Nowhere in your financial statement you told us by way of actuals how much of the 11.162 was spent on COVID. Nowhere there. So how do we track the actual expenditure for COVID?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Before COVID came into existence, we didn't know COVID. So when you look at our chart of accounts, you have nothing like COVID-related expenditure.
Monies were voted to fight the COVID. At the end of the day, we need to find out how much of the money voted was spent. Whether all the money was spent, overspent, underspent, we should know.
But a Deputy Finance Minister, Abeno Sayasari, said the government has actually collated all expenditure relating to COVID-19 and hence, when Parliament resumes, it will be laid before the House.
Government has asked the Auditor General to do an audit on the whole COVID expenditures, which they have done. And so I believe that when Parliament comes back, this will be brought or laid in Parliament for all to see.
Reporting from Parliament, my name is Ni Ayukwe Okine for Citi News.